Hi there, everyone. My name is Brooke, and today I'm here to share my 8th graders curriculum with you all. I realize that it's a little bit late in the school year to be sharing this, but she actually started her school year off at school. So she was there for 7 weeks and didn't really like it. So we went ahead and brought her home, and I have been homeschooling her for the remainder of her 8th grade year. So, which is totally fine. Um, I I really love homeschooling. Sending the girls to school this year was a hard decision, but anyway. So Cameron's back home and I'm homeschooling her. So I'm here to share that curriculum with you. So I had actually planned on homeschooling them. So I done all the research and had everything kind of in line of what we were going to use this year. So when I brought her home, I really just had to order everything that I had originally chosen. So that's pretty much what I'm going to share with you today is all those things that I've already researched and I chose with her and really her sister in mind as well. But there's a few things that she brought home from school that we used, but I'll share that with you as well. So anyway, let's get started. So first of all, she is doing the No Nonsense Algebra book. This is from the Mastering Math Essentials. Well, maybe it's not Mastering. It's the same author as the Mastering Math Essentials. We've done book 2 and we did pre-algebra, and now we are in algebra this year. So this is what it looks like. There is a video every day that goes with each new lesson, and she just watches the video and then does the problems. There's usually between, I would say, 10 and 18 problems, and then always 4 review problems at the end. So this is working really well for us. One thing that I did do this year, this last quarter, that I kind of am switching, backpedaling on a little bit, is that I have always just had my girls do one lesson of math a day, and for some crazy reason, I thought, well, let's just do 45 minutes of math. And so that's what I was having her do. And so she would finish one lesson and then maybe watch the video of the next lesson, maybe even get started in some of the problems. I just felt like that wasn't really working. So moving forward, I'm just going to go back to having her do one lesson a day. I just felt like I needed to share that with you guys. I think that was just kind of throwing too much information at her at once. So that's working. So that's what reason for math. So for language arts, there's so many things that are that language arts involves. And a couple of the things that we were doing or that she was doing was things that she brought home from school. So she had a literature class in school. She loved the literature and she loved her teacher. And this is a consumable book. So the school gave this to us, and we use that. And as you can see, it's a thick book. It's paperback. It's got all the reading in here that you would ever need. So there's a look at it. There is writing in here. There's group projects. There's some sentence structure. There's some grammar. There's punctuation. And there's also obviously the literary elements. So she enjoyed this. The one thing that she really liked was there was the Anne Frank, the Diary of Anne Frank. There was her play in here, so she read through that whole thing, and she really loved that. The thing that I didn't love about it was very teacher intensive. It was pretty difficult for me to keep up with as far as lesson planning. And so there were so many days that I just felt like I was being like, well, just read out of that. And I really didn't feel like I was doing what I needed. She was getting out of it what she needed because I wasn't teaching, and that's what it's kind of set up for us, for a teacher to teach out of this book. So for a classroom, it was great. For co-op, I think it would be great. And even for a homeschool mom that just loves literature and would really like to dive in and dig deep with her kid or son, I think it would be fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. It just really wasn't working for me. Like I said, she actually really did like it. So that's what we use for literature. For vocabulary, she had, there's my dog. Hello. She was using she was using Sadler's Vocabulary Workshop in school. And again, while she was in school, this was working well. I think it's because they were having class discussions and using the words in class. And there's a little bit more pressure, I think, to memorize those words. So when she came home, I went ahead and got online and ordered the teacher's edition, and she did probably maybe 3 or 4 more units out of this. So for each unit, it's they get a list of 20 words, and then there's 10, and it starts out with a story using 10 or 12 or 15 of the words, and then it has 10 pages or 8 pages after that of just exercises. Each unit set up exactly the same. But each unit she was doing, she just was hating it more and more. So we're not going to continue this, but I do think it's a good vocabulary program. And I do know the school that she came from, their students get high marks on their vocabulary part of their testing. So I think it's good. She just don't really like it. So I went ahead and that one was paid for. So of course we couldn't just like that one, right? All right, so what else did we use? So for other language arts, here we go. So for writing, I've been wanting to use this for a couple of years. We have used IEW in the past. We've used The Good and the Beautiful, and we used a Spectrum workbook one year. This is by far the absolute best, hands down. Oh my goodness, I can't say enough good things about this. Okay, so it's somewhere in the middle of, that super gentle approach of The Good and the Beautiful, and then the super structured approach of IEW. This is right in the middle, and I think this was perfect. This is what she needed. She didn't need all that structure, but she needed some structure. So I love this. We got the streaming service that goes along with this, so she watches the video and then does some worksheets with each lesson. I do have her do this 30 minutes a day. That just seems to work out. At this point, she still really loves this. I think this is her favorite subject. So sometimes whenever she really likes something, I push her a little bit more, but 30 minutes has been perfect for her, and she still really enjoys doing this. So, and it's made a huge difference in her writing, you guys. I just love it. I just love it, love it, love it. Can't recommend it enough. Okay, so that leaves, she does free read for every day for 30 minutes. Anything she wants to read, she can read on her own for 30 minutes. She's read the Wild Woods book. I wish I would have had that. Let's see, hold on, I'll go get it. Okay, so here is what the Wild Woods books looks like. And I just asked her, and she said, yeah, she does like it, but it is for younger kids. But that's okay. So this is the number 2. She's read number 1. Before that, she read on her own. She chose to read War of the Worlds, an abridged version. And then when she was in school, she read The Firm, and she had started to read Harry Potter just because she knew she was going to have to take tests on it, and she'd already read it last summer. So anyway, so that's her free read that she gets to do every day, 30 minutes. And then that leaves grammar, and I gave her lots of options for grammar because I really wasn't totally set on what I was going to do for grammar, because I kind of thought that I might end up doing something different for her and her sister this year. But anyway, all the options out there, she chose analytical grammar. Big reason is she loves to diagram sentences. She's really strong in grammar, and she, if you're good at something, then you usually like it. So she's just buzzing through this. This is another one that I just have her do 30 minutes a day. And I think she just finished Unit 10, and we've been going for about 14 weeks. So, and then that's a lot we follow her sister's school schedule, so a lot of Mondays off in those 14 and a half weeks. It's crazy how many days they get off. But anyway, so she does like this. She's getting like a 98% in this analytical grammar. So yeah, so we're going to continue this for sure. Okay, so let's move on to science. And so, like I said before, I was going to school her and her 9th grade sister. So for science, I wanted something that her sister could get high school credit for, and I had chosen Friendly Physical Science. The other reason I chose this was because it does have a textbook. It's not a super scary textbook. We've never had a science textbook, so I knew I needed one this year. They needed to learn how to read and find the answers to the questions. So this is colorful. They do write in their textbook, which I thought was pretty interesting. There's labs and stuff that go along with it. The really fun thing about this that I thought was really unique is there's challenges I don't know if they're called engineering challenges or building challenges at the end of each lesson, but she's done every single one of those, or at least sometimes if there's two, I'll have her choose one. And she has really liked that. It's really solidified what she's just learned in that lesson. So I really do like that. I really like this science. So it also comes with the student workbook. So this has her worksheets in it. And then this is kind of the teacher's test and workbook solutions manual. So not real thick. We did buy the streaming service with the videos. That makes a huge difference. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, we like that. I would totally recommend that. Been very happy with that. And by the way, there's been a few times I've had to message the customer service, and they are super. They're just fantastic there. So I think that's pretty. I think most education or curriculum customer services are pretty phenomenal, and they certainly are as well. Okay, what else do I have? Okay, so in school, she was doing geography, and she really liked it. She was doing a map, so they let her bring her map home, of course. So she was drawing the world, and she was really getting into this, and then she kind of lost interest in it. So I just said, hey, we're homeschoolers, and if you don't want to do that for a little while, we're going to put that away. But I did want to show you that she was doing that, and she's doing a good job on it. So we're kind of taking a break from that, but for the other things we're doing in geography are she's learning all the capitals of the cities. She is doing the Good and the Beautiful geography memorization cards, which she kind of fell off she kind of started doing them last year, but never really finished them. So that's good that she did that. And the other thing that her geography teacher was having her do that she liked to do is she was doing a current event each Friday. And so we're continuing that. So she does a current event. So usually on Thursdays, she does all her research and she writes that all up. And then on Friday, she does a presentation for me and her dad at lunch. So she really likes that. And she's learning a lot. And I decided to have like a rubric for her. And so I actually used what her teacher was using from school, but I gave her points. And so she gets 5 points for the name of the article, who, what happened, when, where, why, how, quote, and who was quoted, and then an interesting fact. And again, I just got this from her geography teacher, but I gave her, a set amount of points. That way she knows if she has that in there that she's going to get those points. So that's been really great. We do really like that. So another elective that she's doing is a typing. I just wrote this out, typing online. And my Chromebook it's shipped off. It's getting fixed. So I don't even know what typing program we're using. I just got online and just free typing program. She does like that. And I've been trying to get both my girls to do that for several years. And this year I just said, you are doing this. And I think she likes it, but realizes how challenging it is, but also how much better she's going to get and how much faster she can get. So it's been a good thing. I would recommend teaching your kids to type. And if anybody's interested, I'll let you know what that is. I don't know for sure what it is right now, but there's a ton out there. And what I did like about it, instead of having, I like the looks of the Good and the Beautiful typing program, but I like this one because the computer knows if they've hit the right key or not. And so she has made it her mission or whatever to get in a certain amount before she moves on to the next lesson. And so she gets graded each time. So I do like that. And I apologize for not having a good answer or a good the exact website for that. The other thing that she's been doing off and on is just reading How to Win Friends and Influence People for teen girls. She's not super interested in this. This is something I've shared on another video. I think it's really great, but she seems to think she knows everything about this. And, it is stuff that, you're like, well, yeah, be a good listener and that sort of thing. But it never hurts to read about it. So she's going to continue to just read this off and on as an elective. And then the other thing I just wanted to share is something I've been doing for many, many years. Let's see what year I started it in. I know it's been about 5 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, is each day that they have questions. And so each year they write the year next to it. I don't really want to show you. So on this one, on January 23rd, it says, I feel confident in my ability to, and then on, in each year they would write something different. And so that's been kind of fun. And they're just things that I wrote out. I didn't buy a book or anything. I mean, there are books out there, but I just felt like I wanted to come up with my own questions. So this one says, what do you like daydreaming about? So you can imagine, the difference from 5 years ago until now. So that's just kind of something fun. Can't remember if I've ever shared that with you guys or not. And I feel like there should be more things, more curriculum, but I think some of these, we got some big subjects here that do take up quite a bit of time. So I have been pretty diligent about making her be active each day. With her, it hasn't really been hard at all. I just tell her she has to do it, and she does it. So she's either playing Just Dance, which is something that her sister love to do, or she does yoga, or she does stretching, or I got her a weighted hula hoop that she does 30 minutes a lot. I mean, like 30 minutes a day, quite a bit. Yeah, so she works out quite a bit on her own. And I just bought her some weights, and I told her, get on YouTube and, find some weight videos that you like. I am a fitness instructor, so I can help her, but, that just doesn't, it's better. She seems to like to do things on her own a little bit more, and that's totally fine, at least when it comes to the fitness side of it. So thank you for watching. Some videos I have coming up are things that I learned about sending my kids from homeschooling to school. Some things were big surprises, and some things really weren't that big of a surprise, but definitely I wanted to share that with you guys. Even if you think, you may never send your kid to school, and that's totally fine. But at some point, they're going to be out from under, from our care. And there are things that I think would apply even in the workforce or, in college or whatever. So that's one of them. I'm also going to just share a few things that I switched out for this current semester that we're doing. I just never want to make my videos too long, so I try to chop up my material. And then what was another thing I was going to do? Oh, I may do a homeschool room tour. It does look a little bit different in here. We've moved some furniture around and made it a lot more open and stuff. But so let me know if you're interested in that. We love our homeschool room, but maybe it's not that exciting because it is pretty minimal. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, at this point, I'm just homeschooling one kid, and she's an 8th grader, so it's not like she needs a lot of manipulatives or anything, but it is cute, so I do like to decorate. So if there's anything else that y'all are interested in or you have any questions about, just drop in the comments. Otherwise, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and if you would like to, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I hope you're having a great school year. Thank you. Bye-bye.